All right, Albert. The text you got from Jim Irsay, fresh off of his bus back in training camp days. It serves to bring it up again with Jonathan Taylor. We're not trading Jonathan. End of discussion. Not now on July 29th and not in October. It is September. I guess you can kind of shoehorn September in there as a possibility for a loophole, Albert. He's coming off a pup in about, 10 days? What's the state of affairs right there in Indy?
I think that they would have to consider offers on him, and I think the relationship is such where I think Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen really wanted to make it work. I think what the handling of the last month and a half have proven to all of us is that at the level above those guys, the relationship might be irreparable. And it's like one very intelligent coach told me once, about the advice that he gives to younger coaches is when you're looking at head coaching jobs, remember the one thing you can't change is the owner. So I would say, they're going to get phone calls. And that's just the way it works. Everybody calls about everything. So they're going to get phone calls on Jonathan Taylor ahead of the trade deadline. And I would think that Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen are going to at least listen to those phone calls. And the same way, I think the Giants, if things don't go well over the next few weeks, might have to start listening on Saquon Barkley. I think the Giants have to I think the Colts would have to look at it realistically and say, if this guy's not going to be on our team for the next 3 years and somebody's offering us, say, a second-round pick and something else, then that's something we seriously have to consider. And I look at a couple teams can you imagine that Miami offense with Jonathan Taylor in it? Can you imagine what Buffalo would look like with Saquon Barkley? There are teams out there that could look at it and say, look at what Christian McCaffrey did for San Francisco last year. They made it to the NFC Championship game despite a really sideways quarterback situation. And one of the reasons why is because that McCaffrey elevated them. I certainly think some teams could look at a Taylor or a Barkley that way when we get to October.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. That's an interesting food for thought right there, Albert Breer. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.